Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the biggest mistake that I see a lot of particularly new investors making, and that's usually just buying the weirdest and just kind of dumbest things you can. And not to be rude or anything, but like unfortunately, I see this all the time, especially on the Poke Investing subreddit. Some guy will just post like, for example, this Iono's Belly Bolt Premium Collection box and be like, "Is this a good hold for the next 5 years?" And it's like, yeah, it will go up in value. Don't get me wrong. The packs in here aren't the worst. You got Journey Together. I think you have Twilight, Surging, right? Paradox. It's okay. Promo's not the best, but not the worst. And I mean, I'm not even gonna comment on the little acrylic stand that comes with it. That's pretty bad. Um, but like, you aren't gonna see the best gains buying into this, and um, I'd honestly rather buy a prismatic ETB for $100 than pay $40 for this. Even if prismatic is overpriced right now, I still think it's gonna perform a million times better in the long run than this, especially over long periods of time. So I would definitely not recommend you buy into these kind of weird products. Honestly, if you have them, I would just rip them. These are more fun to like give as gifts to your, your nieces and nephews or cousins and stuff, or like little brothers, little sisters, instead of trying to like hold on to this for the long term. Not only that, but the amount of space you're consuming holding these collection boxes is something that you kind of have to think about. You don't have unlimited space, or I assume you don't. Um, and so, yeah, I definitely would not be recommending these kind of collection boxes. Now, that doesn't mean that all collection boxes are bad. There definitely are some good options, and we'll be going over this at the end. But again, I kind of want to walk through like why I just wouldn't recommend certain boxes, and especially with this one where it's like kind of a variety of packs. The entire price about it is going to be based on the price of the packs inside. So people are going to look at the packs inside, they're going to count up the pack total, and that's what you're basically going to be getting. You're not getting a kind of premium for having the sealed collectible, especially with a bad promo. If it had a good promo, that might be a different story. But unfortunately, this promo is just not good. People aren't going to take that into consideration. And so the pack value is going to be the only thing that people are interested in. And unfortunately, it's taking up so much space. It's just sick for 6 packs. It's crazy, right? I would rather just have a booster bundle at that point. Um, let's move on to another one. The Cynthia one. Promo is a little better, but again, still pretty bad. You get some Destined Rivals, which is obviously better. But again, guys, if you are able to get this at MSRP, just rip it. Just have fun with it. I just don't see the point in holding this in the long term. I think your money's going to be spent a lot better if you just put it into a more premium product like an ETB, a booster bundle, a booster box, than it is kind of wasting it on these. Or if you really like these kind of special collection boxes, again, we'll be going over some better ones in the future, but look out for good promos. This promo is not good enough. And again, this Charizard one, I do kind of like the lenticular changing Charizard. I think it looks cool, but again, promo's not really worth it. It's just a regular EX. And you guys have heard me yap about this. This one's even worse because I think you only get 4 packs. Definitely not worth it. The box looks cool, but in terms of overall investment, like yes, it will go up over time. Every sealed product goes up over time. That's just the nature of Pokemon sealed collecting, and sealed collectibles in general. But unfortunately, this one is not a good one to buy. And again, same thing. Prismatic Evolutions. Do not buy these kind of poster collections. You're getting 3 packs, and you can see it's $30. So it's basically just the price of the pack. So all that extra, like the Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and the poster, they just aren't they aren't considered into the price at all. People don't really care about these promos. People don't want the poster. Again, same with the 151 poster collection. I think this one's just as bad. Now there is a weird outlier in this. I think there's a weird outlier in the binder collections for 151. I don't think these were printed that often, so they actually have seen some decent growth. But I don't know. I just don't like, these are very bulky in real life, so I just don't like how they store. When I was still kind of learning how to invest, I bought a ton of Prismatic Evolutions binder collections from a Walmart drop. I got lucky on. So I got like 4 of them. And then when I saw how big they were, I was like, this is like almost 4 to 6 booster boxes worth of space that I'm spending on binder collections. Like, the whole thing was worth like maybe $200 at that time for all of that space. And so when I was like, wait a second, the space to cost ratio isn't mathing, right? You need to be optimizing a little better for that. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rip these open. Ripped all of them open. Was able to pull a Glaceon SIR, so I kind of came out like a bandit with that purchase. But honestly, I would not be storing these binder collections. And now I have 4 EV binders. So it's the end of that story. Like, look, these aren't gonna go down necessarily. I just don't like how they store, and I'd much rather put my money into bundles, for example, than like a binder collection. And I think you're actually getting more packs, yeah, from a bundle. And so maybe this will continue to have its premium because it was short printed. But honestly, I think over time, I think people are gonna prefer the bundle. I think the bundle is actually gonna get more expensive than this. It's just because the bundles had so many reprints that are keeping the price down, right? So people are buying it and they're able to flip it really quickly. Once that supply starts drying up, I think the bundles are going to outperform the 151 binder just because there's more packs in it. And I think ultimately that's what matters the most in my eyes. And again, would not buy the Zapdos collection. It's like you're getting a really bad promo. You're getting only 4 packs. I'd rather just spend the premium to buy a bundle. And I know the bundle is actually more pack per price. And you might be thinking, oh, that's kind of dumb. I think the only reason I would buy one of these is if you're going to like do a box break and then put all the packs into like a 36 booster box or like a self-made booster box. I've seen some YouTubers like Electric Type 88 do that. Shout out to him. Pretty cool, like recording yourself doing it. I don't think that's a bad idea because then, maybe you can get some good pack per price ratios. And speaking of good pack per price ratios, like Blooming Waters right now is a good buy because of the pack per price ratio. But again, I hate it. I hate how it stores. It's huge. It is bulky. It is taking up a lot of space. And for the amount of money that it's holding, not a lot. Like, unless you have a ton of space in your house, I wouldn't recommend holding on to this. And in fact, this is one of the products that I would be breaking down just for packs. Like, if I bought this, I would probably break it down and kind of make my own 151 booster box or whatever. That does seem like a cool idea. I am a little interested in it, but at the same time, don't know how I feel about those going into the future. I'm a little skeptical of loose packs in general, but I guess Rip and Shippers are so huge now that maybe they'll be fine into the future. But yeah, Blooming Waters right now for the pack per price, you're getting a good deal. You can especially find this locally for around like 110, 100. I've been able to find it, although we'll see if we get even more reprints and this drops even more. I could definitely see that happening. But again, guys, the promos in here suck. Like, nobody wants this Blastoise, nobody wants this Venusaur promo. These are already printed, in other sets. Like, they're not even real promos that are exclusive to this product. And so you're really just paying for the packs. You were literally just paying for the packs. And I've seen vendors, when they take in Blooming Waters, they're just calculating the price per pack when they do comps. They don't usually look at like the sealed product. They just care about the packs inside. And that's what people in the future are also going to only care about. It's the packs inside. And so for the amount of space, right, that you have, you want to carry more value than less. And like, I know it sounds kind of dumb in terms of the pack per price ratio, but I would almost rather buy an ETB of 151 than buy like 3 Blooming Waters. That's a really hot take because you're getting like way more packs than 3 Blooming Waters. So definitely feel free to disagree with me on that. But personally, I think the ETBs come with a cool promo, and I think Blooming Waters, unfortunately, for the amount of space they carry and the amount of value they have, they're just not that worth unless you're breaking them down, right? And then at that point, you kind of have to film yourself breaking them down, and you have to have some kind of public record so people believe you and they don't assume that you're scamming them with crappy packs. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can scan Scarlet and Violet packs. I know you can scan Sword and Shield packs, so definitely be careful for loose packs of Sword and Shield. I would not be buying loose packs of those. Let me know if I should make a video on that. I think that's kind of a PSA a lot of people don't know about. So you can actually find hits in Sword and Shield packs. Scarlet and Violet, I think they fixed it, but yeah. Anyway, this is not the worst buy. Like, if you're gonna buy a collection box, don't buy the Garchomp, don't buy the Bellibolt one. Buy the Blooming Waters, and the other one I would also recommend is probably a Sea and Sky. Just for the amount of packs you get, I think it's 14 packs. This is basically the price of the ETB. And it got reprinted a ton, so that's why the price is still decently low. But again, this is one that I would probably buy to, again, break down for the packs. These are huge. They're bulky. I was actually considering picking one up at a card show I went to recently, but it was so big that like I was like, I'm not gonna be able to fit it into my bag that I brought to the cart. Because I always buy sealed at card shows, so I bring a bag to keep all my sealed stuff in, and I bought like 2 or 3 boxes. Then I just didn't have space for this. Like I wanted to buy it, but I literally couldn't because I didn't have space. And I realized if I'm gonna come back with this, where am I gonna put it? I unfortunately just don't know where I would. And again, the promos, they're just regular V's. They look like trash, if we're being honest. Really bad collection box in terms of the promos, but in terms of the pack per price, it's very good. And so this is another one that I would maybe break down for the packs, question mark. But I don't think these will do bad. I don't think Blooming Waters or the Sea and Sky collection will necessarily do bad over the long term just because of the amount of packs they have in them. I'm just not a huge fan of keeping them super bulky like that. And the more you collect of these, the harder it is to liquidate. And so this is kind of the number one, issue I see with new investors is like right now, maybe there's a good, point to be made for buying these. Like you could definitely have an argument for that. But if we, let's kind of go back in time 9 months or so, and both of these were out, both the Sea and Sky Premium Collection and the Crown Zenith ETB, both around MSRP, right? And so at that point in time, I would 100% be choosing the ETB over the Sea and Sky Premium Collection. And you've actually seen much better ROI with the ETB than you have with this Premium Collection, even though you have way less packs in it. Like, yes, you actually get a cool promo too. And so in my eyes, always just stick with the most liquid products that you can find and the ones that contain the most value for the least amount of space possible. That is really going to help consolidate your gains. But yeah, guys, that is the number one mistake I see a lot of investors make. Do not focus on the new collection boxes and stuff that are being released right now. Instead, really hammer in on ETBs, booster boxes, and booster bundles. Specifically PC ETBs. I think those are going to do way better than, a lot of these premium collection boxes just because of the exclusivity of them. They store much better. They display much better. They're smaller. Even though they don't have as many packs, they're still great products. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about premium collections. Is there any ones that you are considering buying right now? Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys later.